We begin tonight with an impromptu press conference with Winnipeg's mayor and Manitoba's premier, focusing on an ongoing investigation into the deaths of 4 Indigenous women at the hands of an alleged serial killer.
Today's about the Premier and I coming together, the city and the province coming together to try to recognize the need that families have and to work with Indigenous communities as well and Indigenous leaders to assist them in the next steps of this really horrific tragedy.
This afternoon, Premier Stefanson and Mayor Gillingham addressed the media, calling for an immediate pause of all operations at Prairie Green Landfill. This is the site where police believe 2 remains of 2 Indigenous women killed at the hands of an alleged serial killer are. The Premier says the landfill will not accept anything else while officials work to figure out the next steps in the investigation.
We have reached out as a government to Prairie Green, the owners and operators of Prairie Green, and reached out to the RM of Rosser. Both are very cooperative in our wanting to put a pause on anything moving forward from here while we take the time to work behind the scenes to see what else and what the next steps are.
Now, this all comes as the backlash continues to boil over following a decision by Winnipeg police not to search that landfill. And now, Indigenous leaders are demanding that the chief resign. CTV's John Hendricks reports.
I want you to step up.
Speaking in Ottawa, Indigenous leaders and family members of the victims of an alleged serial killer are calling on Winnipeg Police Chief Danny Smythe to resign.
If you can't help us, if you don't feel you are capable of finding these women, then you should step down and give someone else a chance to make the right decision and give us a resolution.
They're incensed over the Winnipeg Police Service's decision not to search the Prairie Green landfill for the remains of Marcedes Myran and Morgan Harris. On Tuesday, Chief Smythe said there was no hope of a successful recovery.
The circumstances, combined with the safety hazard, form the basis of a difficult decision not to go forward with the search.
However, Kira Wilson, chief of Long Plain First Nation, where 2 of the victims are from, rejects this reasoning.
To me, the message that you are sending is that our women do not matter. Indigenous women do not matter. And that is a very, very sad statement to make.
Sue Caribou says this case is like a replay for her. Her niece, Tanya Nepanek, disappeared in 2011. It's believed she was murdered and her body buried at the Brady landfill. But Nepanek's remains have never been found.
To me, Brady landfill is another unmarked grave for our people.
Premier Heather Stefanson calls the murders a horrific tragedy and says she has asked her government departments to see what role the province can play going forward.
It's not going to be one government or another that's going to deal with this. It's going to take the entire community to come together on this.
John Hendricks, CTV News, Winnipeg.
CTV News requested a comment from the Chief of Police. Thus far, we have not heard back. Chief Smythe was in a meeting this afternoon with Marcus Chambers. He's the head of the police board. Chambers says the meeting is meant to gain info and understanding of the complexities of what a search might be in that landfill.